And the Indian Sports Network is on the air. Good evening, everybody. This is Kenny Masterson coming to you live once again from Bowling Green High School in Bowling Green, Missouri. And we are here for our second round action of the, well, I've only said it a few dozen times, but I think it's the 94th annual. I missed 2 years of it. The 94th annual Bowling Green tournament. Tonight, we are going to see the girls' half of the second round, and we're going to watch the Clopton Lady Hawks take on your hometown Elsberry Lady Indians. The Clopton got here by virtue of defeating Louisiana Monday night. I'm not sure what the score was, but I heard it was a very one-sided game. And Elsberry got here by defeating Silex 41-31. So now the number 2 Clopton is going to be playing number 3 Elsberry. And found out before the game started, the Clopton's record is 14-2. And if I have not miscounted, I believe Elsberry's record is 10-5. They have played. Elsberry and Clopton have met, I think, once this year, and Clopton came out on top on that game. So we'll just have to see what happens tonight. The big thing that I'm concerned about is, will this equipment hold up? Last night I had all kinds of trouble. It finally just shut off completely. I couldn't get it to do a thing. I believe it was in the hotspot that I had going, but I'm not sure because I am absolutely no kind of a electronics expert, or actually I'm no kind of an expert in anything. Matter of fact, the older I get, the less I feel like I know about anything. But anyway, I kind of think maybe the weather had something to do with it last night. I'm not really positive because after I got home, I tried out the equipment again on my Wi-Fi at home, and everything was working perfectly. And get up here tonight, and everything's working perfectly off the hotspot that I have. But I also have, just in case that is the problem, I have my phone set up with a hotspot going, so I've got 2 sources of internet going tonight. Hopefully something will work. So let's just get right into the roster here. And playing tonight for the Clopton Lady Hawks, number 11, Taylor Akes. I think that might be Akers. She is a 5'2" sophomore. Number 13, Megan Harrelson. She's a 5'3" sophomore. Number 15, Caitlin Kuntz. She's a 5'5" senior. Number 20, Stephanie Talbert. She is a 5'5" junior. Number 22, Mary Margaret Garrett. She is a 5'6" sophomore. Number 24, Jillian Lockard. You're going to hear that name a lot tonight, Lockard. Number 24, Jillian Lockard. She's a 5'8" senior. Number 31, Madison Parrish. She's a 5'5" junior. Number 35, Kerrigan Lockard. She's a 5'8" sophomore. Number 40, Logan Hall. She's a 5'7" sophomore. Number 42, Kaylin Lockard. See, I told you you're going to hear Lockard a lot. She's a 5'10" senior. Number 44, Madison Horstmeyer. She's a 5'7" junior. And number 53, Abigail Patchen. She's a 5'8" freshman. The Lady Hawks are coached by Devin Steed and assisted by Robert Omahunder. Managers is Allison Hunter and Kendall Smith, and statistician is Bethany Klopsick, something like that. Now playing for your Elsberry Lady Indians, we have number 2, Tanisha Henderson, affectionately known as Tiny. She's a 5'2" sophomore. Number 4, Peyton Robinson. She's a 5'9" freshman. Number 5, Sophia Vaughn. She's a 5'5" junior. Number 10, Claire Henry. She's a 5'10" senior. Number 11, Ariel Rios. She's a 5'6" freshman. Number 12, Kylie Kinsler. She's a 5'7" sophomore. Number 14, Abby Jenkins. She's a 5'5" freshman. Number 15, Josie Horn. She's a 5'8" senior. Number 20, Kelsey Flaster. She's a 5'8" freshman. Number 24, Tess Weekly. She's a 5'7" senior. Number 25, Megan Hegemeyer. She's a 5'9" senior. Number 31, Kaija Clark. She is a 5'8" senior. Number 32, Emma Flaster. She's a 5'8" sophomore. Number 41, Adrian Ryan. She is a 5'6" sophomore. And number 43, Tyra Henderson. She is a 5'7" sophomore. A little bit of news that I have tonight is number 31, Kaija Clark, is back in the lineup. She missed several games due to medical issues, but she is back in there tonight. I knew about it last night, but I was promised to secrecy. So look for Kaija to do some great things tonight. I'm really looking forward to her return. The Elsberry Lady Indians are coached by Carrie Koch-Dow and assisted by Brittany Koch-Dow. And listed here as managers Douglas Horn and Mackenzie Pruitt. So we still have about 2.5 minutes till the game starts. So let's just go ahead and right now and take a little break.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that. But when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
And we are back. And looks like we're getting ready now to do the starting lineups for the two teams. I don't know if they're going to do a national anthem or not. They did before the first game. Very, very good rendition on a saxophone. It was absolutely beautiful. I didn't catch the student's name that did it. Here's the starting lineup for your Elsberry Lady Indians. Number 2, Tiny Henderson. Number 12, Kylie Kinsler. Number 24, Tess Weekly. Number 25, Megan Hegemeyer. And number 43, Tyra Henderson. That's a starting lineup for your hometown Elsberry Indians. Lady Indians, I might add. Starting for Clopton, number 11, Taylor Akers. Number 13, Megan Harrelson. Number 15, Caitlin Kuntz. Number 35, Kerrigan Lockard. And number 42, Kaylin Lockard. From what I understand, it's two sisters and a cousin that are playing on that team. So, looks like Clopton's out there on the court, and their starting five is going to stay out there. Oh, well, make a liar out of me. They're not going to stay out there. Elsberry's yet to come out. Here they come. I'm sure we're going to have Megan Hagemeyer jumping. She's going to be jumping against Kerrigan Lockard, yes. And the ball is going to go up, and this game has started. And just like that, the Lady Hawks are on the board. 7 seconds into the game. And there is a foul on Taylor Akers. Obviously her first foul. So Elsberry's going to have the ball out of bounds on the sideline. Tess Weekly's taking it up the court. And Megan Hagemeyer could not get to it in time. Ball's out of bounds against Elsberry. And the Lady Hawks bring it up the court. No pressure by Elsberry. Play a little pitch and catch out on the outside. Cross-court pass. And that rebound's hauled in by Tyra Henderson. She gets the ball back to Tess Weekly. Now here's Tiny Henderson out there dribbling on the. That ball was booted by Clopton. Elsberry's going to be taking it out of bounds on half court. Here's Kylie Kinsler to take it out. That pass in was broken up. There, Tess Weekly has it back across the timeline. Here's Tiny going to bring it across. She started to drive it in, and Tess Weekly could not handle that pass. So Clopton brings it up again. They get the ball into the paint. And there was Kerrigan Lockard for 2 points. Tyra's having a little bit of trouble with it. They get it across the half line to Tess Weekly, and her pass over to Megan Hagemeyer was kicked out of bounds by Clopton. And now Hagemeyer's coming out, and Claire Henry's coming in. Trading height for height. There's Tiny with the 15-footer, no good. Fighting for the ball, and Tiny comes up with it. And her pass was right to Megan Harrelson. But Elsberry got in there and caused a jump ball. It's going to stay now with Elsberry. Here's Tess Weekly at the inbound, and she takes it up, and no good. Cross-court pass for Clopton. They get it down on the baseline, and there's Tiny coming up with the ball. That ball was fumbled by Clopton, and Tanisha Henderson came up with it. Now it's on the outside to Tess, and her shot is no good. And that ball was put up by Kaylin Lockard. Another 2 points. That inbounds pass was broken up by Clopton, but it does stay with Elsberry. Now here comes Josie Horn in for Tyra Henderson. And Hagemeyer is coming in. She's taking Kylie Kinsler's place. Better get it in. Elsberry's having all kinds of trouble here in this first quarter. Couldn't get the ball in, turns it over to Clopton. Out on the top of the key is Megan Harrelson. And she attempted a shot, and she's fouled by Tanisha Henderson. That puts Megan Harrelson on the line. Her first free throw is good. Makes the score 7-0. 5:08 remaining in the first quarter. Second free throw is no good. Claire Henry up with the rebound. Here's Tess Weekly's going to bring it across the line. She gets it to the free throw line for Claire Henry. Back out to Josie Horn. She gets it back to Megan. There's a 15-footer by Claire Henry, no good. And that was mishandled by Megan Harrelson. Elsberry gets the ball. There's a long pass for Tiny Henderson. She gets it up and in. Elsberry finally gets on the board with 3.5 minutes into the game. Cut the score 7-2. There's a three-pointer, and it's good. That is Caitlin Kuntz. 3 more points for Clopton. Here's Henderson. She holds it up, and finally does get across the line. Claire Henry into Megan. Megan Hagemeyer draws the foul. That foul is on Mary Margaret Garrett. And here we have a standing ovation from the Elsberry crowd for number 31, Kaija Clark, in the game for the first time since the Winfield tournament back in November. She gets the ball in to Tess Weekly. She's driving in on the baseline, puts the ball up, and was hammered going up, but no foul was called. And there, I believe, is going to be a jump ball. That was Tyra Henderson in there. You can figure she's going to be in there. If there's a scrum for that ball, she's going to be in the middle of it. Clopton gets the ball in. Out on the perimeter. Here's a three-pointer. And it's good. Caitlin Kuntz with 3 points. And that pass was ill-advised. Tried to get to Megan Hagemeyer. And it was not there. Clopton broke that up, and Hagemeyer committed a foul. That's her first. And Elsberry called a timeout.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay. Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
Okay, we are back. We have 3 minutes, 17 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Clopton is dominating this game at this point in time by a score of 13-2. Elsberry's obviously, with the exception of one shot, Elsberry has not been able to hit anything from the field. So we have Clopton bringing it up the court after the foul committed by Megan Hagemeyer. And there's Tiny Henderson, gets the ball to Kaija, into Megan, and she missed it from underneath. And there was a 2-on-1. Megan Harrelson got that one in, 15-2. Still heavy pressure by Clopton. Here's Tiny taking it right up the court to Kaija. And there it is. Kaija's first 2 points. And actually, she's about 100 away from 1,000. So I think maybe we'll see her get her 1,000 points this year. There's a shot by Kaylin Lockard, 2 points. Here's Tyra Henderson, got trapped. Weekly's bringing it on up. She's driving on into the lane and misses the layup, but she does draw the foul. And Clark's coming out, and Kylie Kinsler's coming in. There was a shot up by Tiny Henderson. It was no good. She got the rebound and attempted another shot, and she draws a foul. First shot is no good. Second shot bounces in. 17-5. Clopton slows it down quite a bit. They do get the ball down on the baseline. Back out for a three-pointer. No good, and there's Henderson up with the rebound. That pass was broken up, knocked out of bounds by Clopton. Kylie Kinsler's going to take it out of bounds, get it into Tiny Henderson. Now we'll just see some half-court pressure by Clopton. And there's Tess Weekly taking it in, and shot was no good. They are not hitting anything from underneath. Absolutely nothing. She does draw the foul. That foul was on Kerrigan Lockard, and that's her second. First shot is up, and it's good. Second shot, no good. Rebound by Claire Henry, but her pass was intercepted by Clopton. So they have the ball down on their end of the court, trying to set up a play. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Clopton looks like they're going to go for the final shot of the quarter. Down to 15 seconds. No pressure by Elsberry. Here's a three-point shot. No good. 5 seconds remaining. Tess Weekly with the ball. They got the ball over to Tyra Henderson, and they called her for traveling. 1.9 seconds remaining in the first quarter. .2 seconds remaining. Tess Weekly, she was able to break up that inbounds pass. And with that buzzer, that's the end of the first quarter. Score is 17-6 Clopton. Let's get a commercial in here.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker at our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about. We all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right, we are back to start the second quarter of this game. Clopton is leading the Elsberry Lady Indians 17-6. Big story of that first quarter was Elsberry couldn't hit their baskets. Elsberry starts the quarter. Here's Tiny Henderson driving in, gets the ball in deep to her sister, puts the ball up and it's in. 2 points for Tyra Henderson. Clopton with the ball now on the outside. There they drive it in, and here's about a 20-footer, and it's good. Megan Harrelson, 2 more points for Clopton. Kylie Kinsler in a little bit of trouble. They need to get across the timeline. They do. There's a three-pointer for Clark. No good. That ball was out of bounds to Clopton. And that pass was picked off by, I believe that was Claire Henry. Yes, it is. And there's Henderson going in for her shot was just a little short. Let's see who that, okay, they're saying that was off of Elsberry, so it'll be Clopton's ball. There's Hagemeyer and Weekly coming in for Tyra and Claire. And another pass picked off by Megan Hegemeyer. And just like that, that pass was picked off by Clopton. And right underneath, all alone, was Kerrigan Lockard. And there's Tanisha Henderson with a three-point attempt and no good. I think they were saying that was a two-point attempt. Her foot must have been on the line. And here's Clopton bringing it up again. Right into the paint. Shot attempt by Kaylin Lockard was no good, and here comes Kaija Clark in for layup, and she puts it right in. Aggressive move. She wasn't afraid to go right into him. There's a 15-footer by Clopton, no good. And here's Tiny going to go in for the layup, but she put it off of her foot. Nothing is working right for Elsberry tonight. And that pass stolen by Hegemeyer. Here's a 15-footer for Kinsler, no good. All right, and there's a timeout called by Clopton. 4:32 remaining in the first half. Score is 21-10 in favor of Clopton.
People's Bank and Trust knows that every minute of your day counts, so it's good to have a few time savers on your side. Take internet banking, for example. It allows you to bank from home rather than having to make an extra trip to the bank just to check your balance, transfer funds, or view recent transactions. You can even pay your bills online, eliminating a trip to the post office for stamps. Best of all, People's Bank and Trust offers all of this free of charge. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net and sign up today. Just another example of hometown banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And we are back with 4:32 remaining in the first half. 21-10 Clopton over Elsberry. Clopton's going to have the ball out of bounds. And that pass right to Megan Hegemeyer. Here's Tess Weekly bringing it up the court. She looks like she's just going to drive right on in, and there's 2 points for Tess Weekly. Cuts the Clopton lead to 9. Little zone defense by Elsberry. That's leaving. Oh, that pass was almost broken up by Hegemeyer. But Kerrigan Lockard was able to get down into paint and get the 2 points. There was a shot up by Tyra Henderson. That ball was out of bounds against Elsberry, so Clopton's going to be bringing it up the court. 3:23 remaining. Clopton's having a lot of trouble with their passes. If Elsberry could capitalize with some points, there's Clopton came right in and stole that ball right out of Tess Weekly's hands. That was Caitlin Kuntz took it in for 2 points. Tiny tried to get that ball in, and apparently it bounced on the line. There's a three-point attempt blocked by Claire Henry. Out of bounds to Clopton, right underneath. And that was Kaylin Lockhart, got the ball in and drew a foul. So that puts Kaylin Lockhart to the line with 1 shot. 15-point lead for Clopton at this point in time. Shot is up and no good. And there's Tyra Henderson up with the rebound. Now Tanisha Henderson has the ball, gets it across the line. And there's Claire Henry in and cannot get it to drop. But Tyra Henderson went after it, went after the rebound and was fouled. That foul was on Kaylin Lockhart. It's her second. Ball rolls out. Josie Horn with the rebound. Tries to put it up in the paint and is fouled. That foul is going to be on, I believe, Kerrigan Lockhart. That's 3 fouls on Kerrigan Lockhart. A little bit of foul trouble with 2:08 remaining in the first half. First shot is up and good. 27-13. Second shot is no good. Clopton up with the rebound. And they bring it up the court with slightly less than 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Caitlin Kuntz has it out about 40 feet. I think she was just going to stand there for the rest of the half. And finally Josie Horn has given her some trouble and ends up fouling her. So Clopton's going to take the ball out of bounds. That's first foul on Josie Horn. We got number 15 against 15. Now we got 15 against 13. Put on a little dribbling exhibition there. Dribbling and defense exhibition. And drew a second foul on Josie Horn. That's going to be 2 for her. And Horn comes out of the game and Tiny comes in. All right. Same scenario, different fouler. Now we got Tanisha Henderson with the foul. That's 2 on her. "35 seconds remaining in the first half. Clopton is in no hurry to do anything. With no kind of a shot clock, they can stand out there for the entire game. "15 seconds remaining. So Clopton's had the ball for over a minute now. There's a three-pointer. No good. So with 2.8 seconds left, Elsberry has the ball. Try to get it the length of the court. Megan Hegemeyer with it. There's a long shot by Tess Weekly, and it was no good. It was off the backboard, though. So at the end of one half of this game of basketball, we have a score of Clopton 27, Elsberry 13.
Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you have answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school events, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscientious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
Hey, hon, what are you doing up so early?
Oh, I'm just getting ready to take care of some stuff with the bank.
The bank? I surely hope you're going to get dressed first. You'd get some pretty weird luck showing up in your robe and fuzzy slippers.
I'm not going to the bank. I'm doing it all right here from home using People's Bank and Trust online banking and bill pay service. I can check our account balances, transfer money, make a loan payment, and even pay bills, all from the comfort of my pajamas. Best of all, it's free.
Banking in your pajamas. Now, if we could only get the grocery store to deliver.
Start banking online today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
You're listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Elsberry Democrat. Log on to www.elsberrydemocrat.com today.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
People's Bank and Trust invites everyone to come to the game, the high school sports games that are going on right now. All area teams have put a great amount of effort and time in to perfect their skills, and they are ready to play. Support the community schools and students by cheering them on to a great season of games. People's Bank and Trust proudly supports the area teams and looks forward to seeing you at each and every game.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we could teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We take the time to know you and your healthcare needs. Most prescriptions are filled in 15 minutes or less, and we offer free local delivery and a friendly and knowledgeable staff to answer your questions. Better service, better value, better healthcare. Locally owned and operated and proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com. Hi, my name is Jerry Callahan, pharmacist and owner of the medicine shops in Troy and Elsberry Pharmacy. We strive every day to bring better service, better value, and better health care to our friends in our communities. We want to say thank you for your support, and we're proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com. At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We have numerous programs to help your wallet as well as save precious time. Save money with our RX Savings Club program, and you can save time with our medication synchronization program, where we fill your prescriptions at the same time each month. We also offer our medication adherence program to help you remember to take your medications on time as prescribed by your doctor. Better value, better service, better health care. Locally owned and operated, and proud to be your local independent pharmacy in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that, but when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Missouri. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. These days, the concept of value matters more than ever, and you'd be hard-pressed to find a better value than high school sports. Extracurricular activities, including sports, make up about 2% of the budget for a typical Missouri high school. In return, participation in sports promotes citizenship and sportsmanship. Sports also instill a sense of community pride and teach lifelong lessons about cooperation and self-discipline. They encourage physical fitness. They produce community leaders. By offering so many benefits to the community for such a small percentage of a school's overall budget, it's easy to see why high school sports are one of the best bargains around. The real cost would come from not having them at all. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay. Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust, Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Okay, we are back to begin the second half of this ball game. Scores: Clopton 27, Elsberry 13. Clopton's going to start this half with the ball. If Elsberry wants to get back into this, they better get their field goal percentage up tremendously. That's probably the biggest difference in this game is a field goal percentage. That was a cross-court pass that almost went out of bounds. Clopton was able to save it. There's a three-point attempt. No good. Elsberry's going to get this ball back in. Kinsler to throw it in. Clopton with a lot of pressure. They get the ball into Tyra Henderson, and she is fouled. That was Kerrigan Locker. That's her fourth foul. So she's going to have to be extra careful. And there's Kylie Kinsler in for 2 points. 27-15, 12-point lead for Clopton. And Tess Weekly just powered that ball away. All right. That was Tyra Henderson in for a fast break, and she did not get the points. And on the ensuing rebound, Megan Hagemeyer committed a foul. That's her second. So, Clopton with the ball and the lead. They get the ball in deep on the baseline. And there's a three-point attempt. No good, and Megan Hagemeyer up with that rebound. Gets it back to Tess Weekly, and she's shooting up the court. She's just going to drive it on in and gets the roll in off the front of the rim. And just like that, back to a 10-point deficit for Elsberry, and Clopton calls a timeout.
People's Bank and Trust knows that every minute of your day counts, so it's good to have a few time savers on your side. Take internet banking, for example. It allows you to bank from home rather than having to make an extra trip to the bank just to check your balance, transfer funds, or view recent transactions. You can even pay your bills online, eliminating a trip to the post office for stamps. Best of all, People's Bank and Trust offers all of this free of charge. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net and sign up today. Just another example of hometown banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey, hon, what are you doing up so early?
Oh, I'm just getting ready to take care of some stuff with the bank.
The bank? I surely hope you're going to get dressed first. You'd get some pretty weird luck showing up in your robe and fuzzy slippers.
I'm not going to the bank. I'm doing it all right here from home using People's Bank and Trust online banking and bill pay service. I can check our account balances, transfer money, make a loan payment, and even pay bills.
All right. 6:08 remaining in the third quarter. Clopton with the ball. See what they try this time. They've been able to get the ball in there. They put it into the paint, puts the ball up, no good, but there was Mary Margaret Garrett from right underneath with 2 points. And here's Tess Weekly. She passed it underneath to Megan Hegemeyer. Quick 2 points there. There's a three-point attempt, and it's good. That was Megan Harrelson for 3. Here's Tanisha Henderson over to that was over to Kinsler. She got it into Tyra Henderson, and she could not get the points from underneath. And Tyra sits down, and so does Kinsler. They had the Clopton player trapped and could not get it out of there, but Tess Weekly did boot the ball and out of bounds against Elsberry. That pass was broken up. Megan Hegemeyer came up with it, gets it back to Tess Weekly, who gets it over to Tiny Henderson. And with the pass to Megan, she fumbled the ball in her hands and walked with it. So once again with the 12-point lead, here is Clopton coming up the court. Get the ball down on the baseline, gets it out for a 7-foot shot, and that was Kaylin Locker, just powered her way in for 2 points. Real good play there for Kija Clark. Could not come up with the basket, though, and then she commits a foul. That is her first. Megan Hegemeyer comes out of the game. Well, no, maybe she's not coming out of the game. She's just, no, she is. She and Clark are both coming out of the game. All right, bad pass there for Clopton, and Tess Weekly came up with it. They get the ball into Claire Henry. Back out to Tess Weekly. She's in for 3 and off the front of the rim. And there was a foul on Josie Horn. That's 3 team fouls against Elsberry. So that ball goes out of bounds to Clopton. Cross-court pass, long cross-court pass. Got the ball down on the baseline and couldn't get in. Some sloppy passing there, and Tess Weekly comes up with the ball. Let's see what she's going to do. She's just taking it on in. She gets the ball into Josie Horn, tries for 2 points from underneath, and is fouled. So that puts Josie Horn on the line for 2 shots. First shot is up and bounces around and comes out. Second shot, no good. Rebound is to Clopton. There's a three-point attempt. No good, but Clopton does get the rebound. Long cross-court pass. Right underneath, and it's good. That's Kaylin Lockard with 2 points. And she draws the foul. That foul was on Kylie Kinsler. That's her first. Free throw is up and no good, and Tess Weekly comes up with the rebound. 16-point lead for Clopton. Tess Weekly's putting on a dribbling exhibition now. I am not sure what they called there. I hope that wasn't a double dribble. And that was Kaylin Lockard going up for a shot, and she draws a foul. That foul is on Claire Henry. That's her second. Oh, I apologize for not moving the camera. First shot is up and good, 36-19. Second shot is good. And here's Kaiser Clark bringing it up. Tess Weekly taking it in, missed her shot, but I think the foul was on the floor anyway. So that was not a shooting foul. All right, bad pass in. Clopton had it, lost it, and it went out of bounds against Elsberry. Cross-court pass right underneath to Kaylin Locker, another 2 points. They just can't leave her by herself under there. She doesn't miss from under there. Kinsler dribbling around to the baseline, gets it into Tyra Henderson. They get it into Megan Hegemeyer, and she draws the foul and gets to 2 points. That's 3 fouls on Kaylin Lockard. shot is up and rolls out. Long pass over the head of Kaylin Lockard. They were going for her underneath the basket again. Turnover for Clopton. Gets it into Elsberry. No pressure by Clopton at this time. And Tess Weekly blew a tire dribbling in. But it does go out of bounds to Elsberry. The ball in deep to, there we go, get the ball in deep to Kinsler, and Tess Weekly was shooting up the middle and got the 2 points. Well, through all of that, I saw about 3 fouls in there, and they finally called one. Finally called one on Kaija Clark. That's her second. But I saw some traveling, double dribble, fouls. There was all kinds of things going on there. Clopton gets the ball in. Right underneath once again to Kaylin Lockard. They really need to guard her a little better. I don't know how many points she has from underneath, but she has a bunch. There's Tess Weekly going in for layup, and right at the end of the third quarter, and no good. So at the end of 3 quarters of this ball game, the score is 41-23, Clopton over Elsberry. Let's take a break.
You're listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Elsberry Democrat. Log on to www.elsberrydemocrat.com today.
People's Bank and Trust invites everyone to come to the game, the high school sports games that are going on right now. All area teams have put a great amount of effort and time in to perfect their skills, and they are ready to play. Support the community schools and students by cheering them on to a great season of games. People's Bank and Trust proudly supports the area teams and looks forward to seeing you at each and every game.
Okay, we are back for the fourth quarter. Just kind of looking ahead to tomorrow night. I'll be here at 5:30 p.m. where your boys, Elsberry Indians, will be taking on the Bowling Green Bobcats in second round action for the boys' side. That'll be right here. I'll be right here. Teams will be right here. But that's tomorrow night. We're here tonight. Okay, Clopton's going to start off this fourth quarter with possession of the ball. A little bit of pressure by Elsberry. Once again, right underneath to Kaylin Lockard, and she puts it up for 2 points and draws a foul. Kaylin Lockard on the line for a free throw. No good, and Kaija Clark up with the rebound. 43-23, 20-point lead for Clopton. And Megan Hegemeyer was about to travel, and the bench got a timeout. So, timeout to Elsberry.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right. Well, don't know much to say here. 20-point lead for Clopton, and that has mainly been they have left Kaylin Lockard underneath to do what she wants to do underneath that basket, and what she wants to do is get 2 points every shot, and she's managed to do it. I think that's the biggest story of the game that we have going on right now. But Elsberry has the ball out of bounds. Get the ball into Kinsler. She gets it into Tanisha. There's Megan Hegemeyer for 2 points right underneath and does not drop for her. That's the second biggest story of the game. Field goal percentage just isn't there. Clopton being a little bit sloppy. There's underneath for Kaylin Lockard, not there. And here's Tiny Henderson bringing it up. She slows it down. Gets it over to Clark. She's going to drive it in. Not there. Tyra Henderson trying to get the ball up there, and she draws a foul. So we have Tyra Henderson on the line for 2 shots. Shot very short. Hegemeyer's coming out, and Claire Henry's coming in. Second shot here for Tyra Henderson. A little more oomph on it that time, maybe a little bit too much. Bounced out of the back of the rim. And with a rebound, it was tied up for a jump ball. And on alternating possession, that goes over to Elsberry. Score still 43-23, 6:34 remaining in the game. Josie Horns bringing it up the court now. She's taking it down to the baseline, gets it back to Tess Weekly. And she's just driving it in. That was a shooting foul. She's going to be shooting 2 shots. First shot is up and good. Second shot is up and bounces off the front of the rim. Clopton with the rebound. And Clopton just drives it in, not there. And we have a foul called. Let's see what it is. That foul is on Josie Horn. Wow, that's her 4th foul of this game. Clopton's in the bonus, so they have a 1-and-1. First shot is up and good. Second shot is good. 45-24. 21-point lead for Clopton. Josie Horn's out there playing with 4 fouls. Kaija Clark on the point, gets it into Tess Weekly, down underneath, and it's good. If they could have been doing that throughout the entire game, this would be a different game. And there's Tess Weekly stealing the ball, puts it up and in. Pressure by Elsberry paid off.
At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We take the time to know you and your healthcare needs. Most prescriptions are filled in 15 minutes or less, and we offer free local delivery and a friendly and knowledgeable staff to answer your questions. Better service, better value, better healthcare. Locally owned and operated and proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
Okay, we are back. 5:24 remaining in this game. Score of Clopton 45, Elsberry 28. Two stories of this game has been the low field goal percentage of Elsberry and the ability of Kaylin Locker to be able to get completely underneath by herself and just put in basket after basket after basket. There was Kerrigan Lockard out there. She draws a foul. First shot is up and good. Second shot is good. 47-28. Josie Horn gets it into Kaija Clark. Into Tess Weekly. She goes up and shot was no good. Josie Horn jumped in there for the rebound and it went off of her. So Clopton has the ball out of bounds. Elsberry putting on some pressure. And there was a foul called on Kaija Clark. That's her third of the game. That puts Caitlin Kuntz at the line. First shot is up and bounces out. They are on a double bonus. Second shot is no good. Weekly up with the rebound. Gets the ball in deep to Josie Horn. She throws it up there, but it's no good, and she gets in for a jump ball, though, on the rebound. And on alternating possessions, that goes over to Clopton. 4:38 remaining. Clopton's taking it up the court fast. They got the ball underneath to Mary Margaret Garrett, but she was slammed down. And that foul is on Josie Horn, and that's her fifth. So that puts Mary Margaret Garrett on the line. First shot is up and no good. Meantime, Megan Hagemeyer came in and Tiny Henderson came in. Second shot is up and no good. And the rebound goes to Tess Weekly, and she makes a long, deep pass to Megan Hagemeyer, but it goes off of her foot, and Clopton comes up with it. So Caitlin Kuntz out on the point. She gets the ball over to Taylor Akers, back to Caitlin Kuntz. She's just going to drive in and wasn't going to be there for him that time. They closed up the baseline. And that was Caitlin Kuntz driving in and draws a foul. That foul's on Megan Hagemeyer. That's her fourth. So with 3:49 remaining, Josie Horn is fouled out, and Megan Hagemeyer has 4 fouls. Meanwhile, the first free throw was good, 48-28. Second free throw was good, 49-28. And they're saying that ball was off of Elsberry. I really thought it was off of Clopton, but they're down there closer than I am. Either way, Clopton has the ball. Pressure by Elsberry. Clopton breaks through that pretty fast. And there was a foul called on Megan Hagemeyer, and that's her 5th. So Elsberry has 2 players out now. 2 of their tallest is out. Here's Tyra Henderson in for her. First shot is up and no good. That's Madison Parrish at the line for Clopton. Second shot is good. There's Tyra Henderson up, no good. Kylie Kinsler with underneath, and the shot was no good. And there was a foul called on Kylie Kinsler. That's only 2 on her. First shot is up and it's good. That's Taylor Akers at the line. Meanwhile, Claire Henry comes out of the game. Second shot is good. Tess Weekly's bringing it up fairly fast. Looks like she's going to just drive in. Yeah, they were going to have some traveling calls there, but Coach Carey was able to get the timeout called. We'll just stay right here. So, 52-28. And again, the story of this game has been Clopton's able to get their shots from underneath. They've been unobstructed under there for a big part of the game. But at the same time, you got to give Clopton credit. They are a very good team. Coming into this, they were 14-2. Bad team doesn't get to that point. Meanwhile, Elsberry has the ball out of bounds. There's a shot by Tess Weekly. No good, but Kaiser Clark comes up with the rebound. She shoots a three-pointer. No good. Clopton gets that rebound. And Tyra Henderson, just like I'd said earlier, if there's any fighting for that ball, Tyra Henderson is right there in the middle of it. So on alternating possessions, that ball goes over to Elsberry. And that pass went right into Clopton. She's going to go in, and shot was no good. But she does draw the foul. That foul was on Kylie Kinsler. Be her third, I think, yes. Once again, puts Taylor Akers on the line for 2 shots. First shot is good. .231 remaining, 53-28. Second shot's no good. Kaiser Clark up with the rebound. She gets the ball in deep. That was to Kelsey Flaster, and she couldn't get it to drop either. Clopton just kind of dribbling it around now. And there's Tess Weekly up with the stolen pass. She went up for the layup, could not get the points, but she did draw the foul. Less than 2 minutes remaining. And, well, this is a shooting foul anyway. So Tess Weekly at the line with 2 shots. Shot is good. That foul does put Elsberry into the 1-and-1. Second shot is good. 53-50. I'm sorry, 53-30. And that was Logan Hall right underneath for 2 points. Tess Weekly at the free throw line. She takes it up and takes it in. 2 more points. 55-32. Clopton bringing it up slow. Little half-court pressure by Elsberry. Here's Taylor Akers holding it out away. And here we have a rugby scrum for the ball. Tess Weekly was on the bottom of that one. And alternating possession, that goes over to Clopton. Less than 1 minute remaining in this ball game. And here's a long 2-pointer for Clopton, no good. They get the rebound and it falls in from right underneath. That time it was Kylie Kinsler involved in the rugby scrum. 28.1 seconds remaining in this game, 57-32. Here's Stephanie Talbert coming in for Clopton. Tess Weekly with the ball on the baseline. She's just going to drive it in, and 2 points. 17 seconds remaining. Clopton bringing it up the court slow. I think she's just going to stand out here and finish the game. 2 seconds. And that is the end of this ball game. The Clopton Lady Hawks defeat your Elsberry Lady Indians by a score of 57-34. That puts Clopton and Bowling Green will be playing for the championship on Friday night at, let's see, the time here says 7:15 p.m. And that puts Elsberry will be playing a very good Van Far team at 5:30. There's awful little numbers here. It's either 5:30 or 5:50 on Friday night. So that's where I'll be to bring you this next game. Van Far and Elsberry at, it's either 5:30 or 5:50. If I was 20 years old, I'd be able to read this better. So we have Bowling Green and Clopton will be playing for the championship Friday night at 7:15. Elsberry and Van Far will be playing for third place at 5:30. And I'm sorry, but I don't have any results from either one of the other games. So I don't know who will be playing for consolation. So join me back again Friday night. I'll be here. But I will also be here tomorrow night for the boys' half of this. And that will be Bowling Green versus Elsberry at 5:30 p.m. That's tomorrow night. So that's where I'll be. That's where you need to be. But tonight, final score 57-34, Clopton over Elsberry. That's going to do it for me tonight. And thank you, everybody, for listening in. And this is Kenny Masterson for the Indian Sports Network. And good night from Bowling Green till tomorrow night.